You ever been so done with someone's nonsense that you stop getting mad and start getting methodical? Not petty, not dramatic, just precise. That was me, that Monday morning when Emma Blackwood, our HOA president from hell, parked her brand new Tesla sideways across my driveway like she was blocking off a crime scene. And I guess, in a way, she was just not the one she thought. Now, I didn't wake up planning to lock someone in their car for a week. I was just trying to get coffee. But some people go looking for a line to cross, and when they do, they act real surprised when someone's standing on the other side. My name's Dylan Carter. I work with Tesla Remote Diagnostics, Service Access, the whole deal. Basically, I'm the guy you call when your car has a nervous breakdown, or you somehow lock yourself out because your toddler wanted to drive. And yeah, I've got the tools to control these cars remotely: headlights, locks, even startup systems. Legal gray area. Maybe. Company policy. Yep. And in 6 years, no one ever told me not to use them. A few years back, I bought this old fixer-upper cabin in Pine Ridge Estates. It's not much wood siding, solar panels, a workshop out back where I keep my gear. Definitely not approved HOA beige, but I wasn't breaking any laws. I like my house the way it is, real, honest, maybe a little messy, but it's mine. Most neighbors left me alone until Emma decided I was a personal threat to her kingdom. That day, I found her Tesla nose deep across my driveway, my private property sign knocked into the ditch. I figured maybe a delivery driver got confused, until Emma climbed out in designer sneakers, holding a clipboard, a camera, and a roll of measuring tape like she was about to stage a hostile home takeover. This cabin, she said, like the word offended her mouth, violates the community aesthetic. I'm conducting an inspection. I said, Ma'am, you're on private property. And you're blocking my only exit. She didn't blink. Just flashed this shiny badge that said HOA president like she was FBI. I have full authority to enforce neighborhood standards, she said. And I won't be leaving until you agree to comply. That's when I looked at her car, pulled out my phone, and said, interesting choice of vehicle. Then I tapped into the Tesla app, flicked her lights in a sequence she'd never seen before: blink, pause, blink, blink. Her mouth literally dropped. You can't do that, she said, and for the first time, I saw it doubt. That quiet moment when someone realizes they've stepped into something bigger than their playbook. Oh, I can, I told her, and if I were you, I'd move that car before this becomes more than just a chat. Before she could reply, Sarah's neighbor and one of the few people who'd ever dared cross Emma walked over, coffee in hand. Dylan, she said, you met Emma, huh? She once tried to fine me for painting my shutters joyful blue. She said it offended the neutral palette. Emma turned red. I'm here on official business, Sarah. Then maybe you shouldn't block people's driveways while you conduct your business, Sarah shot back. Emma dug in harder. Do your worst, tech boy. I've dealt with your kind before. Yeah. But never one who could turn your car into a vault. I gave her one last chance. Move the car, Emma. Last ask. She didn't move. So I locked it. Not a slam, not a scream, just a quiet click from my phone, and suddenly, her Tesla turned into a very expensive, air-conditioned timeout box. She tried the doors. Nothing. Tried yelling, forgot I'd already triggered the signal blocker. She was sealed in, with her own ego for company. And that was just day one. Day two, she came back. Well, technically she never left. But she doubled down, brought a lawn chair, an umbrella, even a cola. Started live streaming from inside her car, narrating like she was the victim of some humanitarian crisis. I'm being held against my will by a violent tech man, she cried. To an audience of, like, 14 people. She knocked over one of my garden sculptures by accident, trampled through the flower bed, then turned around and called me a menace to the community. And that's when I realized this wasn't just some HOA overstep. This woman was trying to break me, like she'd done to others. Sarah told me about the Johnsons' fine for a mailbox that was too bold. The Martinez family chased out over solar panel placement. The Williamses. Let's not even go there. Emma wasn't just enforcing rules, she was weaponizing them. But she'd made one big mistake: she chose the wrong guy to mess with. A guy who knew her car better than she did. By Wednesday, things got real. See, Tesla logs everything. And since she was technically occupying my property, I had the system recording. And oh boy, she talked. Not to me, to herself. Long rants about how she should have gotten Tony from City Hall to condemn my place, like she had with others. Talked about backdoor deals, real estate flips, even said she got kickbacks from pushing families out. That was my twist. This wasn't just HOA power tripping, it was organized fraud. I compiled everything. Recordings, logs, timestamps. Then I made a call to a contact in the white-collar crimes division. Agent Torres showed up that Saturday, sat on my porch, and listened. Didn't say much, just nodded a lot and took notes. By then, Emma was halfway to unraveling. No makeup, hair a mess, muttering to herself like a politician caught on a hot mic. I turned on the car's display and played the recordings back to her. Her voice, clear as day, bragging about manipulating city inspections, skimming money off forced sales. She stared at the screen like it was a mirror she hadn't looked into for years. "You have no idea what you've done," she whispered. "Oh, I do," I told her. "The real question is, do you?" By Sunday morning, she cracked. Told Torres everything. Names, dates, payment trails. Agreed to full restitution and signed a cooperation deal before the car was even unlocked. When I finally let her out, she just sat there, staring at the trees like she'd forgotten what freedom smelled like. Then she walked into the middle of the driveway barefoot, pale, and said, "I deserve this." Neighbors gathered. Sarah stood beside me, arms crossed. Emma asked to say something. "I owe this entire community an apology," she said, voice shaking. "I used rules to hurt people and told myself it was for their own good. But it wasn't. It was about control. I see that now. And you know what? For a moment, I believed her. She went to court. Pled guilty. Did a few years in federal prison, flipped on her network, and helped take down others like her in 3 more neighborhoods. Lost her house, her job, her reputation. Last I heard, she moved to Oregon volunteering now, helping mediate neighborhood disputes instead of creating them. Sometimes people really do change. Sometimes. Now, some folks still ask me was locking her in the Tesla for a week too far. Maybe. Maybe not. But here's what I know: Emma spent years abusing power, and for once, power bit back. Let me know what you think. Was it justice? Or just the world finally catching up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading.